Roberto trailing on the play. There's Roberto.
This moment in 1971, where John Bolivar scored his 500th goal while playing for the Montreal Canadiens, is captured in motion on an actual postage stamp. It's a lenticular stamp, one of 3 on this mini sheet released by Canada Post to celebrate 100 years of professional hockey. And just by tilting the stamp, we can basically watch Beliveau score that goal over and over again. It's like a GIF, a physical GIF, no batteries required. And this isn't just some gimmick. Lenticular stamps have been issued by countries around the world, offering postal services another way to hook in collectors like me who love stamps in motion. So how do lenticular stamps work, and can I make my own? Well, yes, but it's not going to look nearly as impressive as these Canadian stamps. These clearly used a very expensive industrial printer that I just won't have access to. But I think I can still make something pretty unique and cool of my own. I'm just going to need some help. We're recording. Okay, Act 1, Scene 1. There we go. Okay.
That's awesome. You painted that?
Remember Jerrit? We had a lot of fun figuring out how to etch copper plates to create intaglio stamps. We even made a set of stamps that we gave to collectors around the world, one of which ended up in the British Library in London.
So you're familiar with lenticulars, obviously.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm definitely in.
Well, I have all the tools to make the lenticular stamps. What I actually need is the artwork, because we're going to make a lenticular animation of a very famous stamp, the inverted Jenny.
Okay, so we're going to make it roll.
We're going to make it roll, like roll upside down.
A rolling Jenny?
A rolling Jenny. That's what we'll call it. That's perfect.
A rolling Jenny.
The inverted Jenny is perhaps one of the most famous printing errors in stamp history. A Curtis JN4 upside down within the frame. Just 100 are known to exist. Our project is to make a rolling Jenny from the original upright stamp. This will feature the Curtis JN4 in motion. So to help Jerrit's side of the project, I acquired a toy model Curtis JN4 and sent it his way along with a couple bags of candy for encouragement. And while that was on its way to Germany, Jerrit had me play dress up to take on the role of the daring acrobatic pilot. We wanted a manned aircraft, so multiple perspectives were needed. Now that I've completed my homework for Jerrit, perhaps I should discuss exactly what the lenticular effect is and what exactly we are trying to do. We are looking to make 3 or 4 different images that we can lace together that will create the animation. The lenticular effect is surprisingly simple. Using a ridged plastic lens with lots of tiny vertical or slanted lens ribs known as lenticules, this plastic lens overlays interlaced images, and as you move the stamp or image, the lens reveals different parts of the underlying artwork. You can simply have just 2 images, or get more complex with 3 to 5, even 10 if you can.
But lenticular stamps are nothing new. They've been around since the 1960s, and one of the earliest pioneers was, no surprise, Bhutan, who started to issue 3D lenticular style postage stamps. I have some of these space-themed stamps, as well as some animal stamps from Bhutan. And 3D is interesting. Instead of flipping between 2 or 3 different images, the background moves while the foreground either doesn't move or moves differently, thus creating the illusion of depth and therefore 3 dimensions. It's a really neat effect and quite mesmerizing. Now, a simpler one is of course a flip image like this North Korean stamp. 2 very different images. Here we have Prince Charles at the time with Princess Diana celebrating Prince William's birth. What's crazy about these royal celebration stamps from North Korea is just how good they are. I think this is the best lenticular from a quality standpoint in my collection. It's quite impressive. And the other effect is animation, whether we're watching rabbits come out of a hat, such as this, the Art of Magic souvenir sheet from the US, or beaming the Enterprise crew onto a planet. Animations are probably the more common of lenticular stamps because they are just so much fun. This Thunderbird souvenir sheet from the UK was quite popular when it came out, and you can see why.
3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Inspired by my own collection, I decided to make a few stamps of my own, just by playing with the stamp imagery that is already out there. I picked up lenticular sheets from online, got some shiny photographic paper for my Canon printer, and started to lay some images using a free software application known as Jerrit. Within no time, I was printing some fun stamp images of my own, playing with each of the effects. First up, the 3D effect. Using the US Project Mercury stamp, I separated the Mercury space capsule and words from the planet and the starry background, making 3 different levels of depth that moved separately from each other. This created a decent 3D effect, which I tried with a couple different sizes. I also tried the 2 Bob Blue for fun, separating Queen Victoria from the rest of the stamp, making the stamp move but not the Queen, and this gave the impression that the Queen was floating above the stamp. Now that came out really cool. I'll have to send this to a collector I know that really loves this stamp. Next up, an image flip. This one is fun. Simply 2 or 3 images that we flip between. The first one didn't quite come out as my best. 3 famous stamps well known for their beauty, a Canadian Blue Nose, the US Western Cattle in Storm, and a UK King George V seahorses. Perhaps I was pushing the limits a bit far with my printer and lenticular lenses, but my Graf Zeppelin stamps proved otherwise. These turned out brilliantly, using all 3 stamp images from this famous 1930 issue. And I know of a collector who must get one of these for her collection. While I was playing with lenticulars, Jerrit was busy playing with his new model plane, cleverly creating a rig for his plane to roll in 4 increments, drawing each one carefully and adding a fearless face to the pilot's seat. Once done, we had 4 jetties in action and a frame also drawn by Jerrit. I could now animate the roll and get these images converted into a lenticular print for production.
I actually tried a couple of different sizes for this project, a stamp size lenticular and a double stamp size. They came out quite nicely, but I think I'm going to go with the double-sized stamp for this project. It's a bit clearer and more fun. There's just one small tiny issue. The details that Jerrit put into this artwork, in particular the pilot, me, are somewhat lost. You do lose details through lenticular lenses. Now, for the lenticular experts watching, yes, this is a 50 LPI. I did try 75 LPI, but with this quality printer, I was getting more ghost images and a messier animation. So I'm going to stick with the 50 LPI. We'll just have to break the news about the pilot gently to Jerrit. Let's make 100 of these.
Making lenticular stamps is quite a lot of fun. After aligning the interlaced image perfectly with the lens sheet and attaching them, I then cut the stamp along the lines and remove any air bubbles with the little printing press that you may remember from the last project. Then, to prevent light from entering through the sides of the stamp and impacting the quality of the animation, I run a black marker along the sides. And for the final touch, just like the real 100 inverted jennies, I used a pencil to lightly number the back of each one, so each rolling jenny has a numbered identity. And so after several days, I had finally completed making 100 rolling jennies, each with their own imperfections, and for some reason, one of them came out with their own inverted error.
How did this happen?
Well, it was time to share the final results with Jerrit.
We have 100 rolling jennies, and I'm actually impressed with the animation. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, that's quite amazing that you can actually get that done with a printer at home.
Well, yeah, one smallish issue. It's actually missing a lot of the detail that you worked on. You can't actually see me. You can't see me, the pilot. It kind of gets lost in the lenticular lens.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. And that's totally okay, because art isn't always about making every detail obvious. It just goes beyond what the lenticular lens can actually show.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that's deep, Jerrit. I'm still there. But perhaps maybe I'll be able to use the artwork that you made in another project down the road.
So what are you going to do with 100 rolling jennies you printed?
Well, I've numbered them 1 through 100. I'm going to give you one.
The number 11.
You got number 11. Number 11 is going to be sent to you. I'm actually going to keep number 14.
Okay.
So that kind of leaves 98 left, but there's another small problem. 4 of them went missing one night. Number 65, 66, 75, and 76. It's like a block of them almost in the middle of the sheet.
How did that happen?
No idea. Perhaps somewhere they will turn up, maybe in somebody's collection or at a stamp show.
So that leaves like 94 rolling jennies left?
94, right. So I'm going to actually put them on eBay, and I'll actually put them in envelopes and send them out randomly so they get the random number. But that way we can send these rolling jennies around the world into the hands of the viewers of this channel.
That was like another great project. Thanks for including me, and I can't wait for the next one.
Thanks for being a part of this project, and keep a lookout for number 11 in the mail.
Will do, man. Thanks.
Check out the video description to learn more about lenticular printing. I will leave some links to the Grape software and additional tutorials, along with details about the paper and lenticular sheets that I used. If you enjoyed the video, please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching and happy exploring.